This is a UV grayling bug and it's basically a take on a fly that I use all the time, and that fly is basically an olive dubbing and a black dubbing with a black bead. But this one, it's got a little touch of UV in it, and it works extremely well for the grayling in the sort of grayling season proper, what I like to call it. And the grayling season proper for me is December through into February, end of February, basically when it's cold and the fish start to shoal up. A simple fly to tie, but it's one that you need to get right to make it effective. So let's go ahead and tie them. The first thing I'll do is I'll start with one of these in a vise. It's a Hanak 330. Proper original Czech nymph hook, this one. I'll just set that there now because I need to get something else. I've got here, these are countersunk beads, black or just natural tungsten colour, and it's a 3mm, so we'll just go ahead and thread that. Thread that on the vise there. Thread that on the hook, sorry, and then place the hook in the vise. I just need to check there because I bumped that. I just want to make sure we're still in focus, yeah. So I'll start off with a black tying thread, and I just come in, catch a little tag end there, like so. This tiny little bit of waste I'll trim off, like so, and then come up, stop a little bit behind there, and I've got some, this is a medium, small and medium gold wire, not too thick, and then you just flick over the end like so, like that, so you've got a little loop. You just pick that up there in the camera, and then you just force the loop into the countersunk side of the bead. That just secures it all nice and tight. And what I like to do is, I like to have the gold wire on the opposite side that I'm tying to. And what I do is, for the level bodies all the time, I take a line so that it's straight to the eye of the hook, like so. A couple of turns. And I like to give the thread a little bit of a wax, because with any sort of proper furs, I like them to adhere. And I've got this stuff, stickle dub, and this is a, what colour's this? Yellow it says, but it's not. It's like a right olivey green. I love it, and that's what I tie the original bug on, the black one and olive one. So we'll just create a dubbing rope, nice and tight. The looser the turns, the less likely this thing is to get into the bottom, so you want the dubbing rope quite tight. And then we're going to come up, covering the thread, and then come up to a point. You'll see where I stop. I'm going to give myself some space here. Now when I come up to that, I've got a nice body there, but I want to taper it, so back down, and then enough so you can come back up and cover that. And you'll see I've got a taper there, so it's thinner going to thick towards the thorax area. I'm mad keen for sticking a whip finish in, always. And then what I do is, I'm going to bring the wire, probably about 4 or 5 wraps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't see that on that side, sadly. And just bring it up and secure with a couple of locking thread wraps here. Make sure it's nice and tight, and then bring your thread up to the bead with the wire, keeping everything on a level plane. I've got a little straggly end there, we'll get rid of that. And then just a few twiddles and that'll helicopter off. And now what, I come down and make sure everything's caught in, so that there's no, what I don't want is any hair or fluff for the dubbing. like so, and with a little bit of dubbing brush, and just because we've done quite a tight rope and quite a tight rib, we're okay pulling some of these fibres out. There you go, nice and buggy, like that. And then we just come in with the clean whip finishing tool and whip finish there. I then come in with this stuff. It's Glow Bright number 2. Come in, come over your cell. You can just pull that away, but sometimes you get a free end, so let's try and keep everything nice, neat and tidy. Up to the point where the body is, and then we just want to create a bed, an even bed. So if it's not straight in one area, just straighten up with some wraps, like so. And then we've got UTC Ice Blue Pearl. It's quite wide, medium. Now the key with this thing is, if you do it once, you don't really get the benefit of the UV. However, if you go up and down this thorax area a couple of times, I'm just going to whip finish and tie this off here. And then come back in. It looks fiddly, but it's worth it. With your black thread, 4 wraps is usually enough. It'll look in place. Snip that off. And then I like to use a little bit of varnish because I want the UV to adhere to the thorax area. Just a little bit of varnish there. Use super glue as well if you want, but. And then just, like I say, you want it to cover it. So that's once, back up, that's twice, back down, that's thrice. You get the benefit of the UV then. Just do one coat and it's more pink than UV. Just come in and trim that there. So you've got your lovely thorax, just like that. Now, this is where things start to get fiddly, so I'm going to move stuff out of the way. Come in, and a small dubbing loop, and with the bobber, I'll just get that into place, ready to go. And I've got here a nice proper CDC feather. When I say proper, I mean like a select one. And I'm just going to grab that there, so you can see. And I'm going to trim that stalk away. I'll just do this out shot of the camera. Snipping it all away. Now, you can do both sides. I'm quite happy with one. I don't like big, sort of bulky bits of CDC. I want it to be wispy. So you can see there, I've just got the edges lined up. Not an awful lot of CDC at all. And then I wet my fingers and I just run it up that loop, that thread loop. And what it does is it just allows, rather than wax, which is a bit claggy, it just allows me a little bit of moisture to adhere. The CDC adheres to the thread. I'm just going to spin my dubbing loop. I'll say a dubbing loop, it's not a big loop, is it? And then just from a little bit at the rear of the thorax, just on the edge of the pink, work forward, stroke the fibres back, CDC fibres back, working forward till you feel the actual groove there in the bead. Bear in mind it's a countersunk bead. Couple of wraps to lock everything off, and then just come in with your scissors. I'll try and get a clear cut here if I can. Like so. Another wrap, and then what I like to do is just with my fingers stroke everything back and out of the way. One tight wrap there, one loose little feather, see them? And then in with my varnish, and I've got a varnishing dubbing needle and a normal varnishing whip finishing tool and a non-varnishing whip finishing tool. This one sort of clogs up with varnish, so I just use it all the time, and then just come in, whip finish, make sure the fibres are out of the way. That's one of the problems with a cloggy whip finishing tool, but there you go, that's him. That's your little UV bug there. You can just see the pink and UV. Now what I like to do is any straggly feathers, I want to make sure that the CDC is the same length as the body. And that's it, that's him. The perfect little bug for the Grayling season proper. The UV bug. There's another one there if I just show you. So you can just see, you can see the CDC covers that body perfectly. Hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe for more fly tying videos and fishing videos. Take care folks, see you soon.